Hey, what's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tour Reviews. Well, today we are going back to the Tacoma. No issue with the Tacoma, but there is something I've been wanting to fix on this for a while, and we want to put new brake pads on the front. The rears are drum brakes, so we're going to just ignore those until we actually have an issue with those. But we're going to actually do the front brakes today. Rotors look fine to me. Yeah, it's a pad slapper thing for the brakes, but you know what? I've always just done pads. Wait till the rotors actually become worn out, and then I do rotors. I feel like I get at least 2, maybe 3 pad changes before I actually have to do rotors, so it's not really been a big deal. Now, one thing that I did recently, earlier on the build, was I put a new brake master cylinder and a new brake booster in this truck, thinking that it might help the brakes feel a bit better. It did, sort of, but it's still a little bit of soft pedal, so we're of course going to bleed the brakes as well today too, and hopefully that'll fix the issue I'm having with the pedal being still a little bit soft. It does brake, I would say 80-20, so 20% rear, 80% forward, 80% on the front brakes. So there's definitely a bit of a mismatch there. I don't know if that's like a disc brake / drum brake kind of thing, but that's what it's doing. You brake really hard in sand, man, those front tires really grab really quick. And thanks to Capri Tools for sponsoring this build today, or this little project today. We had a couple of really cool wrenches here. A full, complete master set of star bits are awesome. And of course, the most important thing, we have a brake bleeder kit. Now, this is a vacuum brake bleeder. Never actually used one of these before, but it looks pretty simple. We connect it to, of course, air on one side. We then can put this in the brake bleeder valve. And of course, it's going to be able to you have suction and pull out the old brake fluid for us. So it should be pretty easy. We'll get this thing working here, and let's start with the front brake pads first. Go from there. All right, just changed out the pads on the driver's side now. So I'm going to show you guys how this vacuum bleeder works. We hook up the little nozzle end here right onto our bleeder end, and this is a 2000 Tacoma. Kind of funny that I only had one little, I guess one of those little covers for the bleeders was on there. This is, I think it was only the passenger side actually had a bleeder cover. So we're just going to take this off a little bit. With these vacuum bleeders, you want to keep this elevated so you can see the fluid come through. Now there is pressure on the line right now. On that brake line, you can see that dirty fluid already starting to flow. I'm not even hitting the vacuum a little bit. So let's hit the vacuum a little bit, see what we can do here. And while you're doing this too, you want to make sure you're checking your master cylinder, making sure there's clean fluid in there. We're still definitely getting dirty fluid out of here right now, so making sure to watch that. And sometimes you can get air leaking through the bleed screw. That's kind of what I'm seeing here right now. So you just got to go a little slower. There we go. Fluid's looking a little cleaner now. Okay, there we go. Fluid's looking nice and clear now. Let's get that set screw tightened on down. That bleed screw, sorry. Call it the set screw. All right, let's take a look at that old brake fluid in here. So that's old brake fluid in there. That's what you don't want in your lines. And finally, you want to make sure you top off your master cylinder. I was topping this off as I bled each wheel side out. So it doesn't really go down too fast. I would say you probably lose about a quarter of this every time you bleed one. So make sure you get this thing topped off. Got a clean DOT3 fluid. This uses DOT3 according to the cap, so make sure you use the right fluid for your vehicle. But guys, thanks for watching, and thanks again for Free Tools for sending the tools my way. The vacuum bleeder actually worked pretty well. Pretty quick, actually, too. I liked how well that worked. Pretty easy to use. And that's all, guys. Take care.